short live. Um, just want to update you on what's happening with me health wise. So I went to urgent care yesterday. Turns out I have a rotor cuff issue or I have bursitis in my right arm. And so now the doctor has told me I need to go to PT, which is physical therapy. So I'm going to be going to physical therapy soon. I don't know how many days a week I'm going to be going, but I'm going to be going. Now, I don't have all loss of motion or range of motion with my right arm. I can still do some things with my right arm, which is promising. I can do some movements, I just can't raise it up. I believe the reason why I have this issue is from years of carrying textbooks in the library. And the textbooks were about, I don't know how much they weighed, but just carrying many textbooks. Hey, Dwayne, just carrying many textbooks over the years, I think, kind of exacerbated my injuries. I did a lot of things in the library: books, carrying boxes, and after many years, I think my injury just happened. I mean, it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks when it just came out of nowhere last week. But I think it was just kind of over the years it happened. Thank you. So they told me my treatment plan right now is to just ice it, put it to have ibuprofen, and then to just just continue to do the things that I like, but to obviously modify them and not be not be too strenuous with myself. I can still do the things that I can still do the things that I love, but I just need to be a little more careful with doing the things that I love. And the doctor was nice. So it's not the end of the world, guys. I think I'm starting to come on with a cold now. Because it is getting cold. But yeah, that's what's happening. We are definitely on the mend. We are definitely, going to take the doctor's advice. Also, I'm going to, still be walking because walking seems to have helped with this. And then the doctor's having a conversation with me, telling me, you're going to be fine. Just do PT and you'll be okay. You'll be okay eventually. It's not going to be like an overnight thing where it just magically disappears. No, it's not going to magically disappear. It's going to take me months and months. But I am also going to, try to ease the pain by trying to shed a little bit of weight because I know that the excess weight that I have on this shoulder does not really help this at all. So, gonna, try to lose just a little bit of weight to ease the tension off of the shoulder. So that means I'm gonna have to change what I'm eating a lot. So fruits and veggies and fish. Fruits and veggies and fish, and occasionally, I will still allow myself. One sec, guys. This is going to be a short live stream just to update you with what's happening, and I'm going to keep this up so you guys can watch it later on. You can find out what's up with me. So No, my dad just called me. So I'm on the phone doing the stream and my dad called me. So I had to kind of mute this stream for a bit and answer his call. Um so 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 what's going to be next for me is the PT, more walking, trying to lose a little bit of weight to exacerbate the pain that is on the shoulder. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to have a lot to have to do because I could already tell that the doctor was looking at me and the doctor was like, "Yeah, you need to really change things." It was bad enough when they took my blood pressure yesterday. I was like, "Holy crap, my blood pressure was pretty high." And that was scary. They had to take it 3 times. Thank you. But yeah, that's I just got a shoulder that's out of whack on my right side. I'm not dying, Hoop Screw. I'm not dying. It's just a common thing that happens when you're older. I have one shoulder out of whack, but I'm gonna be okay. I was a little bit concerned with the high blood pressure, but we've got until I see my doctor again in August. Let me see. We got February, March, May, June, July. 5 months. We can do this in 5 months. We can tackle this. We just have to make a lot of changes. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, I'll look into magnesium. You're probably thinking to yourself, can you pull this off? Yes, I can. I mean, in the past, I have lost weight in the past, so I can pull this off. And I told my sister yesterday when we were on the phone, I told my sister, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for anybody else. Everything I do in life is for me. So now I have to just like when I go grocery shopping, I have to kind of reach for the things that are better for me, like low fat this, the current the fruits and veggies. Because I was in a stream yesterday, and people were telling me you should try this diet and that diet. I said I still want my fruits and veggies, but I said I'm willing to try like a mostly fruits and veggie diet with some meat because I think the last time when I did something, I was mostly a vegetarian diet and that was like the best I felt. So I kind of want to stick with that. I'll still have, fish as my main source of protein. I'll still have fish. Well, yeah, of course I'm going to trust my doctor. My doctor knows. My doctor knows the best of what to do. I don't remember what my blood pressure reading was. I think it was like 131 over 80 or something. Fish is healthy. Yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to start incorporating that. Going to buy some green vegetables. We're going to get some brown rice. I told my sister I'm not giving up my rice. It's my one thing I love. What, fruit? Well, of course I'm eating regular fruit. Regular fruit contains fructose. Steaming fish is good. That's good to know. That's good to know. Well, yeah, it was higher before because I was really nervous when I went in. I was like super, super nervous. But now that I know what my issue is, I can calm down and I'm fine. The thing about it is I'm just on the mend, and so I'm gonna definitely listen to what the doctor says. Um, Steaming fish is a healthy way to prepare it. I will look into that because if you got any fish recipes, guys, please send them my way because I was a pescatarian for like 6 months, and I literally felt the best when I was a pescatarian slash vegetarian vegan. So I'm thinking of going down that route again. I'm definitely on the path to doing that pescatarian diet again, and I didn't want to do a diet that I knew that was very restrictive. That when I went to a restaurant, I wasn't going to be able to eat. I just feel like a pescatarian and a vegetarian diet is just easy enough to where I can go to a restaurant and I can still eat with people. Yeah. So I definitely have to like limit my intake on a lot of things, but yeah, next week we're going to a seafood restaurant, so it's perfect. I can still eat. I can still eat because we're going to a seafood restaurant. Steamed fish with some green onions and other aromatics like ginger. It's good. I've had that before. It's really good. One sec. Ugh. Doesn't matter. Sugar food is not good for you if you're eating like pineapple, bananas are high in. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right, hoops groups. But I don't want to completely give up fruit. You see, I still want to have fruit as a part of my diet. I don't want to completely be like, oh, I'm not going to eat fruit. I understand things have sugar, and I understand that sugar's not bad for you, but the sugar from fruit is supposed to be like healthy sugars. It's not like the sugar you get when you eat carbs or you eat processed foods. I mean, yes, there is still sugar in fruit, but it's supposed to be good sugar for you, right? Isn't the fructose sugar in fruit supposed to be good for you? That's what I read. It is natural sugar, yeah, exactly, as opposed to processed sugar. I'm trying I'm trying to eat better, and I can't be 100% perfect. If I give up all fruit, no, I like fruit. So I'm going to continue to eat fruit, but of course, I'm going to look into things. I ate bananas when the last time I had done this, I ate a lot of bananas and I still lost a lot of weight. So bananas did not really affect me. And my sugar levels were normal despite the fact that I was eating bananas. So it had nothing to do with the fruits I was eating. I think if the sugar levels will raise if you're eating processed foods or certain stuff with a lot of sugar. Yes, but the bananas did not raise my glucose level, or did the other fruits I ate. And I ate a lot of fruits. Ate a lot of fruit. Banana. I would eat a banana every day with oatmeal. That was my like that was what I ate. Was banana with oatmeal and berries. I would eat like the frozen berry stuff and put it on top of my oatmeal, and then I would use a little honey and a little cinnamon, and that's how I'd eat it in the morning. And it did not raise my sugar levels to a point where I was concerned because I always had normal sugar levels. I've never had any like diabetes or any issues that I could think of. I don't like sardines. I'm sorry. That's one thing I don't care for is sardines. I know some of you guys like sardines, but I'm sorry, Hoobs. sardines are not particularly my favorite. So yeah, I'll be eating whitefish. I'll be eating cod, salmon. Love salmon. Um, yeah, I will not be eating sardines because I just never really care for the taste of sardines. You're right. To each to each their own taste. I just I just think the sardines. While I get where you're coming from, hoops. It's just there's some things that I never liked texture wise, and sardines is just one of those things that I never liked. I mean, I like tuna. Hey, hey, Fred. I just thought I'd do a really short stream. So I got to make changes. The doctor didn't like, say it to me bluntly, but I could tell in his eyes when he was looking at my chart, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a long haul." So I looked into a lot of things the other yesterday. I looked into a lot of things. The Marines, the few, the proud, the Marines. So I looked into a lot of things yesterday, and I found another guy that you might like, Fred. His name is called Carnivore Chuck. Carnivore Chuck's live stream. True. Carnivore Chuck's live stream I went to yesterday, and all the people in his live stream were so nice and helpful. They were giving me advice yesterday in his live stream, Carnivore Chuck. But yeah, yesterday I asked him for advice on what I should do, and people were suggesting what was it? Carnivore keto. People were suggesting just straight up keto. And I said to them, I still want to incorporate veggies and fruits. And so this one person said, why don't you look up, just straight up keto, low carb. So she gave me some resources. So yeah, Carnivore Chuck, very cool dude. Had had a lot of advice for me because I was on YouTube, right? And I was looking through YouTube, and he just came up in my recommendations. So it's like, okay, let's see what he's about. So I type in a comment, hey, new to your stream. Um, I'm looking to do keto. And he, was very helpful. He said, hey, he's like, I can totally help you. And then all these other people came in and they were giving me advice. Some lady said that, it takes time to adapt to this lifestyle. But she was telling me how much she lost, and everyone was so nice. It was nice to go into a stream and get advice. So I definitely will use Carnivore Chuck's chat's advice. Yeah, that is true. I'm going to do research into that, Fred. I'm going to do research into fruits and veggies. Yeah. But I still want to incorporate fruits and veggies in my diet. It's just about determining what fruits and veggies I want to eat. I just don't want to, give them up completely because I still want to, have some fruits and veggies in my diet. And it is true, because I looked into carnivore too. I looked into carnivore as well. I've been, subscribed to quite a few carnivore people, and I've looked into that as well. And as much as I want to be like, just eating completely meat, and it seems great and all, I just kind of want to balance my diet. So it's definitely going to be fishes, vegetables, and fruit. That's what my diet's going to be. That's what worked for me in the past. So I kind of stick with what worked for me in the past and what helped me to get to my ultimate goal. And that's what worked for me in the past. So I'm going to stick with that. But I'm also going to keto-fy it. I'm going to try to keto-fy it and not, not have carbs. Mackerel. I like mackerel. I definitely can eat mackerel. Well, my doctor, I've already talked to my doctor. I talk with my doctor once a year. And she's totally fine with the pescatarian diet, because with the pescatarian diet, you're not giving up protein. You're not losing the protein. You're just not, you're just not eating, chicken, and you're not eating red meat, which I had talked with her back in August when I had gotten my first physicals. I mean, not first. I got in my physical exam of the year. I talked with her, and so I'm obviously, gonna take into consideration what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna, do anything that's crazy, because that's not the plan, to do something crazy and over the top. That's why we go to doctors. We go to doctors to get things checked out and to make sure we're okay. And I've been on top of my doctor's visits. I go every 2 years for the mammogram. Um, I've gone every 3 years for the pap smear. I've done a colonoscopy. I've done a chest X-ray to see what's up with my chest. I've done other X-rays. So I've been keeping on top of things as much as I can. Well, I definitely will look into that for sure, Fred. Sweet potatoes are okay, but regular potatoes are terrible for you. French fries are starch is way worse than sugar for your body. Yeah, I love French fries, but yeah, probably gonna have to give that up. But you know what? Also, life is about balance too, Fred. As much as I'm gonna be honest with you, Fred. I want to be healthy, but I also am not going to deprive myself of sometimes having the things that I love. I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm not going to eat this thing because I'm trying to be 100% healthy." No, sometimes I will allow myself to have a little bit of the things that I once loved. You can't just 100% go into a diet and be like, "I'm 100% healthy. I'm just going to be healthy all the time, every day." No. Sometimes you have to let yourself have some of the things you used to have. Like once in a while, if you want to have that pizza, have that pizza. Don't deprive yourself of things, because that's the thing I don't want to do, is be like, I'm 100% healthy and I don't sometimes allow myself to have a pizza. A slice of pizza, people, ain't gonna kill you. I should make that a shirt. It's okay to have pizza sometimes. Look, I just use the Costco olive oil, okay, guys? I am not I am not going to be going buying some fancy expensive ass olive oil. Let's put that out there, okay? I use the Costco olive oil, and I have for years, and it works for me. If you have any suggestions for olive oil, feel free to suggest them, but we're gonna continue to use the Kirtland brand of olive oil. I go to Costco. That's where I get all my stuff. That's where I get my bulk foods, and I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to use that olive oil. I've been using it for years. Butternut squash, not too big of a fan of, but I do like regular squash. Greek salads are good for you, plenty of olive oil. I will look into that. I'm not a fan of feta cheese or goat cheese. That's the thing is, maybe it's just autism things, but I tried something just screwed up, I think. I've tried feta cheese one time and I do not like feta cheese. Feta cheese just tastes very, I don't know, it's just very salty to me and I don't like it. I don't like cheese that are too salty, and feta cheese just feels salty to me, and I don't like the texture of it. I like other cheeses. I love Parmesan. I love Romano. I love cheddar. I love Monterey Jack, but I love provolone. Provolone's my favorite, but no, I'm not a fan of goat or feta. Yes, I have a lot of fruit trees in my backyard. I understand that, Fred. But in my house, we use what we have. We have extra virgin olive oil. We use what we have in the house, Fred. And I'm going to use what I have in the house. Don't worry. Don't worry, Fred. I've done this before. I think you guys need to realize that I've done this before. It's not like I've just, decided that I'm going to, let me explain. I've done this before, so this is not something I've just started to do. I've done this before. I've lost weight before. If you have watched me back in 2018, guys, I lost like close to 60 pounds in a matter of 5 months with pescatarian, vegetarian, vegan diet. I definitely limit what I ate. Ate a lot of fruits and veggies, brown rice, a lot of fish. I did a lot of walking. I did like 10K steps. That's how I lost the weight. Is I did a lot of walking. So yes, I will. I keep in mind everything that people say in the stream. Don't get it wrong. I take the advice of everything that you guys say in the stream, but I also got to realize that I'm living with other people, so whatever they buy oil wise, I got to use that as well. We've been using Kirtland for years, and we also have some other oil too as well that we've been using. But I've always used olive oil. We don't cook with anything else but olive oil. We don't cook with peanut oil. We don't cook with any seed oils. We only cook with olive oil. That's a good idea, Dwayne. I will keep that in mind as well. You do not need to look at it like that. You don't need to look at diets. No, you don't need to look at diets that don't last. It's not about giving up. It's about cutting down maybe once a week or twice a week. Yeah. No, I totally understand. I just want to make this abundantly clear to people who are watching the chat. I'm not trying to lose like a huge amount of weight. I am just trying to lose enough weight to where the shoulder does not bother me anymore. So, like 20 to 30 pounds. That's it. That's all I want to lose. I'm not out here trying to lose 50 or 60 or 70 pounds of weight. 20 to 30 pounds. I've already set myself a limit. I've already set myself a goal. That's what I am trying to do right now. It was never about me trying to go on this, oh, crash course diet and go crazy with it and lose like a crazy amount of weight. That's never was the idea. And you're probably thinking, oh, this is something you're thinking. No, this is actually something I've been thinking for like the past couple of years now. I've actually thought about I need to make changes, but last year I kind of made somewhat of a change, and I did lose like 10 pounds, and then I gained it back. But no, I get where everybody's coming from, and your concerns have been read, and I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying for sure. I agree with it. And I only talk about this because I want to let you know that I'm trying to do things, and I want to be honest, and I want to be honest with you guys and let you know that it's not about trying to be super skinny. That's not the point. That's not the point of why I'm going on this diet. I do not want to be super skinny. I still want to have, you know, some of my curves and stuff, but I also want to be mindful of the fact that I am doing this for me. I'm not doing this to appease other people that are around me. I'm doing this for me to make me feel good about myself, and that's the most important thing. It has to be yogurt with gelatin, strain the Balkan style. Okay? I will look into that. But thank you, everybody that came to this short impromptu stream. Um, Thank you for all the advice, guys. Hey, Rachel. Appreciate you being here. We'll do the stream for another 9 minutes. We'll do this stream for another 9 minutes, and I got things I got to do today. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your advice, Fred. I've definitely have been looking more into things that because you have said in previous streams. I think I had talked with you in passing about, wanting to change things. And it's great that, you are making changes in your life and it's helping you. Because I definitely know I need to make changes. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dwayne. No, this is just more of a updated stream to for those of you who are just tuning in to let you know what happened with me. If you didn't watch the beginning of the stream, I had a rotator cuff issue that happened on my right arm. Went to the doctors yesterday. The doctor says I have to get physical therapy. And then I also decided when I was looking at my chart yesterday that I need to make some changes. So I'm also going to be making some changes to myself. Not because the doctor told me last year, because I want to make the changes. Although, my doctor telling me last year I should make changes does also kind of make me realize that maybe I should. Because I don't listen to people in my family. I don't listen to people close to me much about things when it comes to my weight. I kind of stubborn and I'm like, I love myself just the way I am. But when my doctor says something, I kind of do listen. Okay, avocados are good, yes. Healthy source of fat, for sure. Healthy source of fat. I gotta decide what I'm gonna wear today. I have a lot of clothes in my closet, so I have to decide. Release and change don't have to be on January alone. They can happen anytime. That is very true. Before I go, I'll tell you how my week went. So I went to Trader Joe's to get those soup dumplings because I love them. And then I also, yesterday, we went to Costco after going to the doctors. Got some things at Costco. Got some kielbasa. We got some Italian sausage. Got some chicken. Yeah. And then I think probably within the next week. Oh, and we got some pork ribs. Probably within the next week, I'm probably gonna hit up Ralph's. I'm gonna get some stuff there for sure. Kielbasa is great. I haven't had kielbasa in ages. To be really honest, we haven't had kielbasa in ages. But kielbasa is fantastic. I want to wear my new shoes today because I bought some new shoes recently from Doc Martens. I got them on sale for $45. If you guys been watching me for as long as you've been watching me, you know that I like to buy things on discount. I don't like to pay retail price for things. So I've been waiting for like a good year for these shoes to go on sale. I've been eyeing them on Doc Martens' website. They were originally $130, and I've been waiting and waiting, and then finally the price of these shoes went down to like $45 on Dillard's website. I found out about Dillard's having them like a couple months ago, and so last month I bought them. Was it last month? No, not last month. My bad. I bought them this month. It's because I needed some really good pair of fancy shoes because like most of the shoes I have are like Vans. And while Vans are great, I just needed myself a pair of like really nice shoes that I could, wear to like family events that look somewhat more put together because if you guys like watch my videos, you see that I always wear those checkerboard Vans. And I love those shoes. They are very comfortable. I got them at Ross for like $32 and they're great shoes, but I also kind of needed some like shoes that I need for fancy. I wouldn't say I own a lot of fancy shoes because I'm not big on the high heels. I like more of the kitten heel stuff, but I'm trying to, I'm trying to also really get into trying to be a little more dressy because as you know, I love to dress down a lot. I'm not a person that really goes out of their way to dress fancy. If you see me in a lot of pictures that I post on Instagram or a lot of videos that I post, I'm usually a t-shirt and jeans person because I have a lot and lots of t-shirts. I love t-shirts. They're just very comfortable. When I see shoes on sale, I get them. No, I get my shoes on sale. Like my top three shoe my top three shoe brands that I like to buy. I like to buy, Doc Martens. I love to buy Vans. And for a bit of time, I was really into Toms as well. I had like a ton and ton of Tom shoes. And I bought them for a while, but right now it is Doc Martens and Vans. That's what I like to wear. Vans more so. I have a lot of t-shirts too. Also, one thing within the last 6 months or maybe a year is I've also really cut down. I have these Nikes. I love Nikes. I also really cut down on dyeing my hair too. I used to be a person that would dye my hair every single month, twice a month, 3 times a month. But now it's kind of like I've liked this hairstyle that I've had for the past like I want to say 5 to 6 months where I have the brown with my red because I have worked so hard to grow my hair out and to have my brunette hair showing because I love my brunette hair. I've always loved myself as a brunette and I think I look the best as a brunette. So I've always, I always love having that dark brown hair and I wanted to keep that. And then I also love red, and I think it looks good on me. So I definitely have been dyeing my hair less, like once a month or once every other month. Actually, no, once every other month. I've been doing that because as much as I love, keeping up with the hair and doing the hair, I kind of was like, it's a lot of maintenance to constantly have to fix it up and to dye it and then to do it all over my hair. I've stopped completely bleaching my hair because when I was bleaching my hair was falling out and it was damaging my hair and it was just not good for my hair. For those of you who dye your hair every month and you dye it all different kinds of colors, that's great. For me, I just use developer. I use the hair dye and I do it that way. No longer bleach my hair anymore. That's a no-brainer. Not going to happen anymore because I damaged my hair. I had to actually cut my hair and had to let it grow back because the bleach had really damaged my hair. So we don't do that anymore. We don't mess my hair anymore. We don't bleach it. We just do the standard way to dye the hair, and it works for me. This is going to be my hairstyle for for the next year because I like it. It's my favorite hairstyle. We're going to keep it. We're Cuz I don't want to do any more drastic things anymore with my hair. I don't want to be pink. I don't want to be orange. I tried those again and yeah, no. I have Nikes. I love Nike. I have to look into Nikes. I have to look into Nikes because I think Nike would be like great shoes to get. Because I am also thinking about in my room getting in another shoe rack. Because I already have one shoe rack that I got from Target about maybe 6 or 7 months ago. Or is it 3 months ago? I'm trying to remember when I bought the shoe rack. So I definitely want to get another shoe rack. And there's also these other pair of Doc Martens that I really like. They're the brown Crazy Horse floral ones. I'm waiting for those to go on sale because I really like those, and I really would like to own those as well. I'm very particular about the shoes that I do own. People are probably thinking to me or saying to me, "You own a lot of shoes," but I'm very particular about the shoes that I buy. I'm very particular about what I buy, to be really honest with you. I don't just buy every shoe I see. I know there's people out there, they buy everything they see shoe wise, but me, it's like there are so many styles on Doc Martens website that I don't even really care for or like. Like I don't really like the boots that are zippered up. I don't like the boots that are like really high on your calf. I don't like that. I'm not really into the shoes with a big, big, big platform. I'm not into that. I do have boots, but all the boots I have are like not high platform shoes, and I'm not really into sandals as well. And same with bands. I'm not really into platform bands. I just like just the regular shoes. I don't wear high heels either. High heels have never been my thing, but yeah, I love sneakers. Sneakers are actually my favorite of all the shoes. Of all the shoes styles, I love sneakers. Nikes, Asics, Hoka's, New Balance. I love all that. I've always been a sneaker person because sneakers are always very comfortable with me, and you can wear them. You can wear them with any clothes. And when I go to concerts, like when I go to concerts, a good 80 to 90% of the time, I'll wear sneakers because sneakers are so comfortable to wear to a concert. So if I go to a concert, I need comfort. I need something that I can walk in all day and all night. And so for me, sneakers are just the most useful shoe to wear I do want to wear sneakers. I do want to get more sneakers. But yeah, yeah, sneakers are my favorite, followed by Oxfords. I love Oxfords and then Mary Janes. So sneakers, Oxfords, Mary Janes. And then I do like boots now. Although boots is not something that I will get a lot of shoe wise because boots are really, really hard to get comfortable in and wear. You have to like break in boots in order to wear boots, and boots are not something I see myself wearing a lot of. I've always been kind of a I've always been kind of a simple person with the things that I wear. I'm not a fashionista by any means. I'm not a fashionista. Don't ask me for fashion advice. I shop at Old Navy, which is my absolute favorite store. I own so much stuff from Old Navy. Um, I love Ross. I love buying my clothes at Costco. I don't really adhere to like I don't adhere to a certain fashion style. I just wear whatever I want to wear and whatever makes me feel good, and I wear that. I've always been that way. I just think limiting yourself and saying, "Oh, I'm going to dress all goth," or "I'm going to dress just alternative all the time." That's great and dandy, but I don't want to limit myself in the box. If sometimes I say to myself, "I want to dress a little alternative," I can, but alternative is, not like my main style. I've gotten t-shirts at places like Urban Planet. We don't have an Urban Planet out here, I don't think. Most of my t-shirts, a good chunk of my t-shirts have come from Five Below, have come from Old Navy, have come from Ross. I buy a lot of t-shirts because t-shirts are very versatile, and t-shirts I can wear t-shirts with everything. So I definitely take that into consideration of what I can and cannot I can wear. But I've always been a t-shirt person. I've always been a t-shirt person since I was a little kid. So t-shirts are definitely a part of my everyday staple. But I have sneakers, cowboy boots, white boots. You never know what you're going to get with my stream. We go from talking about my health to talking about shoes. And there's another thing that I won't buy that I'm not really into fashion wise is corsets. I'm not really into corsets. I know there are people that love corsets and they wear corsets. I'm not into that. I had somebody tell me one time on stream, you should get makeup. And I straight up told them, are you gonna pay for the makeup that you think I need? Are you gonna put forth the cash to get me the makeup that I need? Because let me before I go and explain why I don't buy makeup. I've never been a person who has gravitated towards wearing makeup. Sure, there have been times when I've had my mom put on makeup for me for like special events because I want to see how I look good. But when I wear makeup, I feel like makeup ages me as a person. It makes me look older than I am. And after I wear the makeup breaks out on my skin, and the makeup does not agree with me. It it's just not something I like to put onto my skin. So I could definitely say that I've tried in the past. I've tried to wear it. I wore it to my cousin's. I wore it to my cousin's wedding. I wore it to my sister Angela's wedding when she got married. I've worn it to other functions to try to wear it. And when I just look at myself in makeup, it makes me uncomfortable to look at myself that way because that's doesn't make me feel happy. And I know some people are going to say, "Well, if you knew how to put it on right, you would love it and you'd wear it every day." I'm sorry, but makeup does not make me happy. In fact, putting on makeup just makes me look like I'm not somebody that I am because when I look at myself with the makeup and I look at me and I'm like, oh my gosh, who is that person? That's not me. I look like somebody I'm not. And it just does not resonate with me. But my sister, Danielle, bless her heart, try to, get me to get some in the past. She's taken me to Sephora. She's a good person. I love her because she's trying to, do the best for me and she wants the best for me and it's just not me. But for all of you women out there, before I go, for all you women out there who do wear makeup and love makeup and enjoy makeup, you do you. You do you. If you're happy with what you do, at the end of the day, you do what's the best for you. Because I'm not going to ever tell somebody, you can't do this, you can't do that with your life. You're more than welcome to do whatever you feel is right for you. And not every woman who is on this planet or earth wants to wear makeup or wants to have a full beat of face or wants to, look like that every day. Some of us prefer ourselves just the way we are without the makeup and love ourselves just the way we are. And this is the way I've been for years, and that's the way I love seeing myself. I want people to see the authentic me. I want people to see the real me. I want people to be like, that's Lisa. Because I feel like if I put on makeup personally myself, that I feel like that's not me. You're seeing like a catfish version of me, all dolled up. And I feel like with some people, they only like people when they have the makeup on. And without the makeup, they don't like them. And the last two people I've been with, that's the way they've seen me. I didn't change anything for anybody. I was like, this is who you're going to be with. And people know. And even for who I am with now, I don't change myself. I'm not changing myself. But anyways, I got to go. Appreciate all of you that watch. I'm just going to say bye to all of you guys. Dwayne, Hoops Grew, Rachel, Fred. Thank you for all the advice, Fred. I will look into it. Thank you, everybody. I will probably try and do a stream next week on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And I'm thinking of doing a panel. I'll let you know. But have a good day. I got to get ready. And as I always say at the end of every stream, or try to, treat people with kindness, peace, loving, grooviness. I will update you on how PT goes and stuff. But thank you. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, everybody else. Thank you, Fred, for the advice. Rachel, please come back. And Hoops Group. You are always in the chat. Oh, and I forgot. One more person. I forgot. I'm sorry. AZ Mick. It's been a long day. AZ Mick. Always one of the first people on my stream. I love you, AZ Mick. I feel like we would be really cool friends if I'm ever in Arizona. AZ Mick. We will, go to Zia Records or In Groove.